Hello everybody and welcome to the Scouting Report. I'm Dan Hayek here with Matt Doyle, and today we're previewing the Sunday afternoon clash between the Houston Dynamo and Chicago Fire. Matt, last week against the Portland Timbers, the Dynamo were really susceptible to the counterattack, especially in the second half. Is that something that Dominic Kinnear should be worried about heading into this Fire game?
I don't think you have to be worried about it, but they should definitely be aware of it. It was a little bit of dislocation between the central midfield and the central defense in that game. Our buddy Greg Lawless did a good job of breaking it down on Anatomy of a Goal this week. Make sure you watch that. The Dynamo just didn't look themselves. They weren't particularly organized. And of course, Frank Klopas will have seen that. And Frank Klopas' team did very, very well against the Red Bulls in sort of using a mid-level pressure. It wasn't low pressure. It wasn't high pressure. It was waiting for that central midfield movement to happen, and then Daniel Palladini coming in from the flanks, adding the extra man, and then going at speed in the other direction. It's very, very similar to what Portland did in that second half. Now, of course, Dom Kinnear will have scouted it. Nothing stays hidden for long in MLS. But it would be interesting to see how these guys deploy their lineups, because I expect a little bit of maneuvering to happen before the first ball's even kicked.
Now, last week, heading into the Fire game, we were talking about the struggles of the Chicago attack. They scored 3 goals, 2 of them coming from Maicon Santos in the last 10 minutes as a super sub. He's a streaky goal scorer. So do you expect Klopas to bring him in from the start and hope that he's on one of those goal-scoring streaks?
I think you have to go with a reasonable facsimile of what worked last week, and that was Sergio McDonald really holding the ball up, getting into space, working those defenders for 65 minutes, and then bringing Maicon Santos out. You should still pick Maicon Santos for your fantasy teams, by the way, because he will score something like 6 goals over the next 4 games. He's just that type of player. But I think the Fire found a bit of a solution last week against the Red Bulls, and you add Patrick Nyarko to the mix as well. It's a good look for them. It should be a more competitive team than we saw through the first part of March.
Of course, history is on the line in this one. The Houston Dynamo are looking for their 35th straight game without a loss at home in all competitions, which would be a record for an MLS club. This one takes place Sunday. It kicks off at 5 p.m. Eastern, and you can watch it on Unimas.